Hello, this is Yon Mokkaram. This year's main star is the GV90, the top flagship sport utility vehicle from the Genesis brand. The GV90 is expected to be unveiled as early as the second half of this year. The first time the test vehicle was spotted was back in 2021. It's already been 4 years. After that, Genesis revealed the silhouette at an official event, and the vehicle on the far right in the photo is the Genesis flagship sport utility vehicle, the GV90, which I'll be telling you about today. In the summer of 2023, which was 2 years ago, a test mule based on the GV80 was spotted for the first time. I was also the first to bring you this news. The Genesis GV90, a massive flagship sport utility vehicle, showcases the full extent of Hyundai Motor Group's technological prowess. Therefore, it seems like this vehicle will once again reaffirm the position of the premium brand. Let's now examine the actual test vehicle that was recently spotted. This is the vehicle right here. It was spotted for the first time, so let's see if it will actually come out like the Neo-lun concept and what kind of features it will have. Looking at the test mule of the GV99, which is expected to boast an overwhelming size, it's expected to be at least 30 to 50 centimeters bigger. I've already seen the Neo-lun concept car several times. Because it's so huge that it looks like it'll be at least 5.2 meters long, it's bigger than the Kia electric vehicle 9 or the recently released Hyundai Ioniq 9, and it seems like it'll be even bigger than the Carnival minivan. This is the GV90 that was spotted during testing. It was spotted stuck in the snow, allowing a good look at the vehicle. First, if you look at the GV90 concept, Neo-lun, the new daytime running lights with two lines spreading out like wings on the front are impressive. The two lines, which are Genesis's signature design element, now extend all the way to the grille, so we're looking forward to a new design that hasn't been seen before. The long hood, unique to large vehicles, and the smoothly flowing curves are a design that matches well with Genesis cars, emphasizing dynamic elegance. Although the test vehicle is covered with thick camouflage, if you look closely, you can see the distinct two-line DRLs that look like spread wings. In particular, the directional lights that start at the front and extend past the side fenders to the taillights create an impressive design that looks like it wraps around the entire vehicle. When you see it at night with no lights around, you'll immediately recognize that this is a Genesis vehicle. It's a distinctive design element. The GV90 has a design that makes this two-line motif even more memorable. I am personally curious to see just how much further this can be expanded. You can see that with newer Genesis vehicles, the range of lighting is expanding even more. Two lines of lamps are visible upon close inspection. The upper central grille is covered, but in the concept, they connect in a V shape at the center. It's located right above the grille, and you can see that the lower lamp on the test vehicle also has a design that bends downward. If that's the case, it looks like the production model will have a V-shaped design that extends right up to the top of the grille. If the lamps with welcome lighting are activated, it will just be a spectacular display of lights. Then, how far will the lamps extend? You can see the lamp area on the upper part of the front fender, and it's expected to expand to a much larger area compared to the GV Palgong. The shape that extends from the front fender to the door and then to the tail lamp is similar to the existing GV Palgong, except for the door area. However, since the GV Gugong has a much wider application, there will likely be a noticeable difference in its presence. We were also able to capture it in operation. You can see that the side area covers a wider range than expected. It's unclear how far the front lamp can connect, and while it may be possible on this side too, it's unconfirmed. Someday, I think the upper lamp among the two lines will be completely connected as one above the fender. The side view still gives off a sense of grandeur. This is just a copy of the Neo-lun, but the side design of the Neo-lun concept shows an elegance that feels smooth and solid like a pebble. The first, second, and third row windows all have almost the same proportions, and the whole vehicle boasts a disciplined sense of balance. The test vehicle matches the Neo-lun concept. There is a difference. The B pillar is black. This will likely vary depending on the trim, and for the higher end long body trim, a silver tone will probably be applied here as well. The new wheel design looks as sharp as a razor blade. The design looks like it would spin at high speed, so it seems like it will make the somewhat bulky GV90 look sleek. The rear design is almost identical to the concept, and the trunk, which drops sharply like a carriage, was spotted with the high stop lamp in operation. The design stretches out in a long line, covering a wide area that fills the left and right sides completely. There's also an unexpected design element, the rear wiper. I expected it to be gone, but I'm not sure if it's there because this is an early test vehicle or if they're sticking with the traditional method. I'll check again at the production stage and let you know. But with such a seamless and sleek design, do we really need a rear wiper? Since the GV90 is expected to be released as an electric vehicle, a design that improves aerodynamics is important. For electric vehicles, this kind of design is created to improve efficiency for better range. Looking at the test vehicle, where the actual car was first spotted, the exterior design is expected to be almost identical to the Neo-lun concept. This is a rendering from an overseas channel, and it's the same as the Neo-lun. The wheel design quickly reflects the wheels spotted on the test vehicle, and the rear design also seems to be almost identical to the Neo-lun. I think we can expect such a sleek design. Personally, I think the third row window design gives a greater sense of openness than expected, so I wondered if a third row might be offered. The interior, seen for the first time, provides some hints. Let's take a quick look inside. Considering the timing, the interior space was captured faster than expected. Since it's covered with camouflage, we can only see a limited area, but we can expect that a lot of things will change. First, this is the steering wheel area. In front of the steering wheel, there's usually a large instrument cluster, but since it doesn't protrude, it seems like the instrument cluster has either changed or disappeared. In the Neo-lun concept, the traditional instrument cluster in the driver's area was gone, and there was a rollable display that folds up and down. In the basic hidden mode, it looked like this, and in the standard mode, it showed only essential information, like the clock, temperature, and other necessary details. When navigation, like road guidance, is needed, it expands to 13 inches, providing directions without blocking the driver's forward view. The maximum size is said to be 24.6 inches. Until now, the Genesis brand had a wide horizontal but narrow vertical display, which was a bit disappointing. Will Genesis's new design solve this issue? In fact, it's said that it can be implemented up to a maximum of 30 inches. If that's the case, we can expect overwhelming entertainment features. Maybe the area covered by camouflage is where we can expect Genesis's new technology to be revealed. On both sides of the dashboard you can see B and O tweeters, and the way they protrude at both ends seems almost identical to the Genesis flagship sedan, the G90. These are speakers that pop up in such a stylish way. You can find the same thing in the test vehicle, and what's surprising is the speaker located on the A-pillar. When Genesis unveiled the concept Neo-lun, they didn't refer to it as a traditional audio system, but instead used the term sound architecture. They used a much broader term, and the new sound architecture is arranged in a completely new layout, not in the traditional speaker positions. They added tweeters and mid-range speakers between the A-pillar and the dashboard. The woofer for low frequencies is under the glove box, not in the door. In electric vehicles, this space has been newly secured, so it's definitely a possible location. The second row space has also been captured for the first time. First, if you look at the seat, the backrest is divided into upper and lower sections, which is a design that was featured in the Neo-lun concept vehicle. They're actually making it like this. In the Neo-lun concept, it was unveiled with a B-pillarless door, right? The vehicle captured this time has a B-pillar. So, does that mean the B-pillarless door won't be available on the mass-produced GV90? Genesis has already filed a patent related to the B-pillarless door. It's also known that they've secured safety for it. Therefore, the GV90 is expected to be released in two versions. It looks like the normal vehicle you're seeing now and a special long body version are being prepared. It's known that the long body version will feature B-pillarless doors and there won't be a pillar in such a large vehicle. If the doors open wide on both sides, it would really be perfect for drawing attention, just like walking on a red carpet. We can anticipate this technology. There's a fixed console between the seats. In the front, there are cup holders with heating and cooling functions. In the middle, there's a wireless charging feature, and at the very back, there's a monitor with a touchscreen interface. But there's an unexpected space here. Those of you who are quick to notice might have already realized that this is a bit different. Behind the second row, you can see the ambient lighting and cup holder design. According to the channel's prediction, this vehicle is expected to be a 6-seater with 3 rows. So it seems like there will be 2 types, one with first, second and third rows, and another that's more like a limousine for VIPs. The vehicle with 3 rows will likely have the characteristics of a large sport utility vehicle similar to the BMW X7. Especially in the concept, there was an independent roof and an independent display for the second row passengers, which mainly came down from the ceiling. This kind of feature will likely be a unique distinction for long-body vehicles. Lastly, the battery is expected to be the 110 kWh installed in the Ioniq 9. Since Hyundai Motor Group demonstrated over 500 kilometers of driving performance with the all-wheel drive model of the Ioniq 9, we can expect the GV90 to be a premium sport utility vehicle with a range exceeding 600 kilometers as was initially reported. It looks like we'll be able to see the actual GV90 by the end of this year. Please let us know your thoughts about the flagship sport utility vehicle GV90 that Genesis will be unveiling in the comments. To automatically receive future news, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications. Thanks. If this was helpful to you, please give us a like, subscribe and turn on notifications to get accurate new car information quickly. Thank you.